Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Jen. I am a 2023 destination wedding bride. I got married on February 2nd, 2023 at Dreams Playa Mujeres in Cancun, Mexico. So one of the questions that I keep seeing on the Facebook groups in not only Dreams, but also there is a Facebook group, I believe it's called Destination Weddings. And the number one question when people start getting, like just thinking about getting married at a different destination and having to take their dress on a plane is, how are you traveling with your wedding dress? And this is probably my number one question that I had when I first started thinking about doing a destination wedding. So a little backstory, I actually bought my dress before we decided that, before we had decided that we were going to do a destination wedding, but it was before we had decided on the resort or anything else, booked a date or anything. I was a little ahead of the game. So I got the dress, and when we booked, I was like, okay, we've booked. Now how do I travel with my wedding dress? Because I was obsessed with my dress. I'm still obsessed with my dress. And I kept seeing the Wally bag being suggested, but I'll be honest, the Wally bag is, I think it's like over $200. I want it, or it's at least over 150. I can't remember the exact price right now, but it was very, very expensive. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just wait until Black Friday or Amazon Prime Day or something like that. So then I started doing kind of my own research on what bag could I use to travel with my dress. Now, I kept seeing some brides saying that when they were on the plane, there's this what's called captain closet, that sometimes the flight attendants or the captain will actually let you put your wedding dress in there. So while I didn't really want to bank on that, that was in the back of my mind, but I could maybe ask to put my dress in this closet. I knew one thing was completely for sure. I was not checking my wedding dress. I didn't care if I had to buy its own seat for my dress. There was no chance that I was checking it. It was staying in my hands, in my arms, because that to me was like honestly the most important thing. Everything else could have been lost, and I would, as long as I had my dress and my shoes, which I really didn't even need my shoes, I was happy with that. So I ended up finding this, and I'll link it down below because honestly, hands down, is like my favorite thing to travel with now. I ended up finding this tri-fold, I believe it's 66-inch garment bag, and it was and is amazing. So this thing was enough to hold not only my dress, my rehearsal dress, my welcome party dress, my husband's attire for the wedding day, his rehearsal attire. What else? It has in the front, it has 2 pockets for shoes. So we put his Hey Dudes in there, and we put, I think, 3 pairs of my shoes in there, which were my wedding day shoes, and then my rehearsal shoes, and then I think another pair in there. And I still honestly had room. I probably could have put more in there. Unfortunately, I just didn't. And I know this is like very controversial, kind of very controversial, but I folded my wedding dress. So it's a trifold, like I said, so it folds in on itself, and then there's these like handles that go around that like are buckles, and then it has 2 handles that you hold, and then that's how you basically travel with it. And I can honestly say that it makes it very compact, and I would do it over again I know that's crazy to say. Like, now I'm thinking about it, like so many things could have happened but didn't happen. So in the back of my mind, I knew as part of my Beyond Memorable package, your attire, the bride and groom's attire, is actually steamed by the resort. I also did forget something. My veil went in there as well. So yeah, veil, dress, 3 dress. Yeah, I honestly was able to fit like 7 outfits in there, and probably could have fit more and still able to fold it. So I flew Southwest. Could I have asked if I could have put it in their captain closet, yes, 100%, but I did not. I know this is very, like, this is also crazy to think. I actually put it in the overhead compartment, and it did fine. Nothing happened to it. It was great. That bag is also waterproof, so if anything were to happen, that, something would have happened over top of my head, I, would have been in a waterproof bag. So that part was great. Then we actually get to the Cancun airport. And at the Cancun airport, I traveled with 5 bags, including my garment bag. No, not including my garment bag. So they were, like I said, that was my carry-on. So then we get there and we get stopped by customs. So this is the part where I was like, oh my gosh. So they went through all 5 of our suitcases, questioned us on everything. And then they got to my garment bag. And at this point, I was in tears because ultimately I thought that they were going to open the dress and have my husband see it right before our wedding, when I had gone 3 years without him being able to see the dress. So I wasn't in tears, and they ended up, because they saw me in tears and I told them we were getting married, they'd seen everything else. There was, I had all these things that were proving that we were getting married. They did not go through my dress, thank gosh. He did not unzipper it or anything else. He did check to see where our shoes were and stuff like that, but he did not unzipper the garment bag. So very grateful for that, because I feel like that would have been an absolute nightmare. So once we got to the resort, if you haven't been there yet, what they'll do is you'll go to your room and everything else. And then I believe it was my wedding coordinator that came the day before the wedding. It was either the day before the wedding or 2 days before the wedding when we met with her to finalize everything. She asked us to bring our, my dress and also his attire. My dress personally was not, I knew it was beaded. It was beaded and it had lace and everything else. And I just was not really worried about wrinkles, honestly. That's why the garment bag, I think, worked for me. Mostly I was worried about my veil because it did get wrinkled in the garment bag, but the resort was actually able to, I guess, steam it. And it was, when I tell you, it was pin straight. It was amazing. I just got a cheap one off of Etsy. I didn't do an expensive veil or anything else like that. So it was really just that tulle material. And they were able to steam it, and it was literally pin straight. It was amazing. It worked out perfectly. And then I ended up falling off, honestly, halfway through the ceremony anyway. So, I mean, it's fine. But I also was worried about my husband's attire. And the reason is because he had a linen suit, pants and the shirt, and then the vest. And if you have not come in contact with linen before, it wrinkles very, very easily. So that was one of the things that I was worried about, but then they steamed that or pressed it or did whatever they did to it, and it was also perfect. It was straight, no wrinkles, anything else like that. Even the groomsmen, I don't know if someone brought a steamer or something, but they ended up looking great too. So don't worry about that part at all. So on the way back, obviously I wasn't really worried about him seeing the dress. So I think I put every single piece that I just told you back into the back into the bag. And then I put all of that in one of my big suitcases that had my welcome bag stuff and then a lot of my decor items that I was able to kind of get rid of. And then this way I didn't really have to worry about that on the way back. And I will say I did check that bag on the way back, which I guess that was a risk too, right? You kind of want your dress, but I will say my dress is still in that garment bag hanging up on the back of my closet door. So I do need to actually check it. I gotta get it dry cleaned. But if you were someone that has a satin dress, I would say maybe you want to think about, if you go to a resort that doesn't offer that steaming, maybe that would be an issue. I don't know if you have gone to the resort and you have had a satin dress and you traveled with it, let me know down in the comment section how that worked out for you. Most of the dresses that I see are like, especially like for a destination wedding, they're usually like beaded or have lace or something like that. So honestly, I really wouldn't worry about it, but I will say that this bag absolutely saved the day. It is, I guess you would consider a knockoff Wally bag. It's only, I believe, $66 on Amazon. Like I said, I will link it down below because I 1000% think that if you are doing a destination wedding, you absolutely need this bag. It is like, it fits so much. It's gonna have it all organized, and there's a spot at the top that like the hangers can come out. Like, it's just, and then you can just get to the resort and hang it up. And like, that was it. Like, it was just so convenient, so easy, not as expensive as a Wally bag, and I 1000% recommend it. So if you do have questions, I hope this video helped, but if you do have questions about how I traveled or anything else like that, leave down in the comment section below. I really hope that this video helped. If it did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more destination wedding videos. If there is a specific topic that you are looking for, if you have questions, or maybe you just haven't found that video out there, I would love to make it for you. I do have a couple videos like breaking down how much my destination wedding costs, what add-ons that I did, the decor, everything else, what my bridal party wore. So make sure you check out those videos. And like I said, if there is a specific question that you have, please let me know down in the comment section below, and I will see you on the next one. Hey, if you're thinking about getting married at Dreams Playa Mujeres and you're curious about what the wedding may cost, you should check out this video right here. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel.